All right, what is good? Back on the top step accounts, as you guys can see here for another London session. It's 3:37 for me, so New York time or Eastern Standard Time. On the chart, it is 1:37. That's giving me about 23 minutes to get my analysis done, my understanding of where I believe price to be going, understood, and then my whole system, which I like to write down or have printed out, and then I like to check off and write on it. Have that done. So yeah, we're going to get straight into it. I'm hoping this one's a banger. We have a fat new week opening gap, so we'll see what we can do with that. And again, all the analysis you see on screen, that was done on Sunday night. If you haven't watched that Sunday night pre-market analysis video, go ahead and watch it. So much sauce as per usual. But we are going to get straight into it. Again, I do SMTs on the screen that is down here, not the screen that you guys are currently looking at. When there is an SMT of importance, I will draw it up on that screen, but only when there is one of importance. But yeah, we're going to get straight into it. This one should be a banger. We don't know. I might not even take a trade. We'll see. We'll see how we go. All right, so things I was looking for was previous week range, consequent encroachment to get traded into. This week range, consequent encroachment. I'm actually going to leave it just because it's also got that measurement gap. There you can see what we've done. We have gapped back down to equilibrium of the higher time frame swing. So we're close to equilibrium. We now have, let me mark out our new week opening gap. NWOG, current. I hope everyone's day's been well. Hope your weekend was good. If you're tuning in for this, I'm sure you're going to be profitable, doing the right stuff for yourself. Let's also mark out the consequent encroachment. Let's take it a step further. Go ahead and go probability quadrants. There is my probability quadrants settings. I am just going to change these specifically for a new week opening gap. Just the color system I guess I like to use. Extend lines right. Values can go at the center. Values go on the right and it goes in the middle. There we go. That's how I personally like to have it. It's our new week opening gap graded. Pretty simple. So we have no divergence off this low, but we are delivering from sell side in the form of this daily gap. Also delivering from there, but in more prominently, we have this unfilled, which is what price traded to. Have we actually traded to it? Let's see. No, we haven't. So we were close. We were very close. It's pretty comedic, to be honest. So I can leave this here as is or as was. Let me change my colors back so we don't get messed up at all. All right, so we have our new week opening gap. Do we call this an IFVG? It's like, probably. We probably do. Premium daily IFVG. I am going to get rid of that. I'm going to leave that one because it's not in close proximity. But again, I just don't like chart clutter. Daily SSL, sell side liquidity. But yeah, what do we have? What can we see we have? We have this 1 hour BISI. Has it been filled? Yes, we have had a leg trade into it. All I'm doing here is just looking for SMTs now on the other screen, which we have no SMT on the 4 hour. And we have no SMT on the 1 hour. All right, let's drop time frame again, see if we have one. Okay, on the 30-minute time frame, we have a 30-minute plus SMT. I low-key want to see if that gets invalidated, as in if NQ or ES takes that for me will pretty much invalidate it. Sorry, I've been taking lots of creatine again, like brain function and sleep, different things. Obviously a bit of putting on some size, but it just means I'm dehydrated. So yeah, we have that hourly BISI. We have a internal low inside the BISI. Inside BISI. Let's see if we have anything clean off these lows down here. So just off rip, 30-minute time frame. We have this. There was a SMT from there to there. Then there was also a SMT from here to here. You can see, if you know my rejection block theory, this would be our rejection block. You can see here as well, this is our current day dealing range so far. Current day dealing range, consequent encroachment. Consequent encroachment just means 0.5 if you're getting confused. Now, I low-key expect that to change. The other thing I do want to be seeing is not that. Swing high to swing low, consequent encroachment. I want to see that kind of get traded too as of right now. Let me ensure that's precise. There we go. All right. Again, I don't really need to do too much analysis, just because like look at the chart. I've already done all my analysis yesterday. All we've done is either confirm or deny my narrative. Internal low. Have we confirmed my narrative? Yeah, we've traded into the gap I wanted to see us trade into. Again, if you haven't watched that video, go watch it. Source. All right, so the 15-minute time frame looks like a straight barcode. So far, it's looking less like I'll take a trade. But the thing is, if we've done this all day, what's interesting to me is if we've done this all day, when we do get our key open, which is in 15 or 16 minutes, I want to see like something like that. Or even considering the SMTs, you could already potentially even classify this as like our accumulation, manipulation lower into the gap, and then distribution higher already. So maybe we'll see like a London open and spool. But just for the meantime, there's no FVG or SMT there. Just for the meantime, we're going to be pretty cautious. Are there any lower time frame unfilled gaps? So this was our unfilled. So this one's filled, which we can see here. So this to me as well also just looks like gap lower, fake out, go stop everyone out at these highs that went short on the new week opening gap. This just looks like reaccumulation following a big gap. Then we've original consolidation, displacement, low risk, first stage reaccumulation. I'd want to see us, like I said, manipulate. Sorry, that's not really a good one. Like manipulate down inside here and then distribute higher, or just see something that says we're going to trade higher. Like so far as well, like we've got this gap here. It looks like it's been inversed, right? We have the SMT off this low. So that means that it was a previously protected low. So yes, we've inversed it, but this was a stop hunt in itself. Do we need to go take that liquidity? Not necessarily. All right, let's go see where so this is Asia high, which we have a rate of. Asia high. That means Asia low is probably like, yep. This is Asia low, which was the low risk. I'll mark it out so that we can see it cleanly. So far, this looks like... okay, I'll show you exactly what I kind of want to see. It makes sense to me now. Asia low. It makes sense for the whole day, in my opinion. So, looks like we're setting up a market maker sell model, with this being an original consolidation where price just trades back and forth. A displacement, a low risk, a first stage reaccumulation. Now we can either go like that, or we can even just like continue reaccumulating and then shoot higher. During London session, then I want to see the like second hour of London do something like this, go up, take the high, third hour of London reverse, retrace, and then distribute lower to come down, take these lows here. This will create a beautiful market maker sell model. It already looks like original consolidation, displacement, low risk first, and we are reaccumulating now. Is there an original consolidation high up here? Kind of. Doesn't look clean enough for me to call that an original consolidation. That looks more like stop hunt, stop hunt, stop hunt, stop hunt. Don't give the market another opportunity to even go near there. That's what it looks like to me. The other thing I also probably want to see just throughout the day is an immediate rebalance of this range. All I mean by that is us go back and trade to that level there. That would be immediately rebalancing this gap. Why is the gap not inefficient up here? Well, that's because, look at this, back and forth price action within that level that I was talking about. Back and forth price action. That means that the inefficiency is from here to wherever we gapped, wherever we created that new week opening gap low. So around there, that's our inefficiency or inefficient area. We'll leave that one for the momentum, for the Uno Momento. And 10 minutes. Still got 10 minutes. Genuinely, this isn't favorable looking price action, obviously. This also does look like accumulation manipulation. Just going to see if there's like... Alright, so we have inversed that 5-minute gap, and we have now put in a SMT, 5-minute bearish SMT, which isn't actually in yet, which is something people do a lot of, is they'll see this and just press the button. It's like, it's just not, it's not what you should be doing. I mean, you could, but what you should do is realistically wait for that lower time frame inversion. I'm going to get rid of the 5-minute gap. See, this is what I mean. This was the 5-minute gap. Yes, we inversed it, but look at what the lower time frame says. That says we're still respecting bullish PD arrays with a rejection block. Again, that will be invalidated if this is accumulate manipulate. And we have some inversion in here which can confirm. Sorry, I was just looking at if there was a rejection block off this high here, because that would have been relatively clean. But let's do our standard deviations, because this will tell us where and why the market is doing what it is doing. Projection tool. Well, hey. Alright, so it was close. Relatively clean. Let me just look at the days. Accumulate, manipulate. Because this is what I like to do here. Let's keep it going here. Let's keep it going here. None of these are really that clean. This one potentially will, still not even that clean. Yeah, it's really not that clean. Not favorable. Let me see if the 5-minute shows any cleaner. Alright, the 5-minute at least shows it cleaner. That 2 to 2.5 got hit. Just a game of patience now. I'm going to revisit the hourly, just higher time frames. The whole point is, while I've got time, I really want to ensure that my narrative is perfect. Again, this does look like a rejection block. We have now had a re-inversion of that. It's tough because that looks like accumulation manipulation, which would signify a much larger run lower. Low resistance, SMT. I mean, if we got that IFEG, like that's relatively clean. How's the handle range? 10 handle stop, that'd be pretty nice. But even still, just going to wait for our key time opening to afford me a higher probability trade. Because there's no guarantee where price is right now that we don't just need to keep chopping up. Do I want to be a part of chop? No, not at all. I personally want to be in a move that does exactly that. Spools straight higher. Why? Stress-free trader. I'm going to keep reiterating the fact that you want to be stress-free. What would be perfect to me would be, I'm going to get rid of some stuff just based on chart clutter. But a perfect scenario to me is we open, we manipulate the lows. Internal sweep off this internal range liquidity. And then put in SMT inside this hourly gap, potentially even trade to discount, and then distribute higher again. That would be my perfect scenario, but we'll just see what price has to offer for us today. Like I said, just revisiting the hour. It would be nice if this hour can close bearish like we have here, because then I would expect the next hour open to like drive us lower. Even just manipulate this low, prior hourly low. Let me mark out prior hourly high. Then we'll go stop hunt high. Stop hunt of Asia high. Then we've got the internal low inside BISI. So the 1 hour BISI. Again, a BISI is just a bullish fair value gap. You guys don't need to confuse yourself with that sort of stuff. And this to me looks like we are still respecting bullish PDRAs. Respecting bullish PDRAs here. Same thing. Respecting bullish PDRAs. Going to get rid of this 5-minute gap just because of the way it's been treated. And look at that. We are respecting that gap. This is why you don't FOMO a short in anticipation that something's happening. It's why you just wait and be patient. How many times do I have to say patience? Oh, patience pays. Patience pays. Especially when price looks the way it does. Let's say another 5-minute. Will it be put in? I don't know. We'll see. This is a new 5-minute candle open, so we still have 4 minutes before that even gets put in, if it does. Still can't deny the fact that this looks like accumulation. Sorry, this looks like accumulation. This looks like manipulation. Stop hunt. This looks like a retrace. But even still, the fact we're respecting bullish PDRAs, I'm going to have 5 minutes real quick and just go through my system while this does whatever this does. It's just like psychological questions. Yep. I'm feeling good. Any bet? Nope. Yes. Yes. Trading the first hour of London. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's short off that SMT. Wow. High probability, hey. This isn't favorable for me just because, like, it's obvious it's doing what I want it to do in terms of seek higher, but it'd be nice if we could have done this in 5 minutes. Even still, it is what it is. So that says where are we delivering from again? We are delivering from Asia High, but we're delivering from a 1 hour BISI. We are delivering from the 1 hour BISI, but the other thing is we have, like when I say delivering from that, that means here. We have also taken this more recently. So that technically means we're delivering from sell side liquidity. And this now means we have a clean accumulate manipulate 30-minute bearish SMT, which will be put in 2 minutes, which now means that this generated low resistance liquidity run can get taken. We can go take the internal liquidity inside of our hourly low potentially if we can, not if we continue, if we start to respect bullish PD rays. Volume imbalance theory, pretty nice. Just as our premium array, premium of swing, but even still we're respecting bullish PD rays here, so I still want to see a solid inversion and respect of this or this wick. But yeah. So we just had a sweep of secondary buy side liquidity. So kind of want to see something following that. Even still, I'm just going to pop the 15-second up over here because like I said, if you get some clean inversion in here, then like London opens, I'll look for like a nice short down to the internal low. But even still, as we're respecting bullish PD rays, I have to be bullish until we have a reason not to be, which like even this SMT as of right now is not a reason to be bearish. It is a reversal confluence, yes, but it is not something that immediately makes us flip our bias. There are things such as fake SMTs. I've taught them. You guys should know them. We are trading inside a 15-second suspension block though, so I want to see nice inversion of this gap. We'll see what we can get, squeeze out. We're respecting bullish PDAs. That is important. Very, very important. This is now London Open. Right here, right now. 15-second. First presented FEG. If it forms during London session, which is just LS. This now signifies we'll probably go take these highs, in my opinion. Pretty clean. The fact we still have a 30-minute with now like an internal sweep, I'm just going to wait. I mean, like it is clean and we have had reaccumulation. I'm going to do those ones there. The only thing I don't like is that this is like, again, I like targeting money, but we'll go one off here, one off here. Considering that SMT will still be put in, oh, that's devastational. But there's the immediate rebalance. Let's see. Oh, this SMT is going to be an hourly. 1 hour bearish SMT. Now that could be showing us the real move, which in my opinion it probably is more so than anything. But yeah, let's just see what the market wants to give us. That was exactly what I wanted to see. This low, the 1 minute candle low get taken. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Now I do have my like maximum daily loss limit, maximum daily profit target set to 1,550 or something. So if we hit that, we hit that. But yeah, once we take my first take profit, I'm going to go break even. Do we have anything that could be like clause for retracement? 15-second. See again, this is just like reading order flow. I'm just like, are we respecting, are we disrespecting PDRAs? It's hard, is it? No, not really. Like I could go break even, but we have that 15-second gap. I'm also accepting the risk of 650. Like it's pennies on the dollar for my what's it called? For my buffer. But this is our first presented volume imbalance. I'd want to see a wick left in it, which would be nice if we could trade into that 15-second, not leave it as a breakaway gap like that. But yeah, we'll just see. We will just see. Because now the SMT isn't great. Having the SMT up there is not great. It means we can now go like smart money reverse will come down here, but even still, it's our the SMT is not in, and we are respecting bullish PDRAs. This level in here, once we resweep this high, I'll probably go break even now that we have traded into that gap. So yeah, if I get stopped, I'm probably just going to call it a day if I get stopped. I don't think I will, considering order flow currently, but even still, let's see what we get given. Let's see what the market provides us. So if I'm taking off 30 there, let me do the math. Taking off 30 there, I'll take off, so I need it about there if I want to hit my, what I like to call profit target, or like amount of money for the day. But yeah, let's just see what we get given. Let's see what the market offers. I don't like that we're spending time inside the 15-second gap and still haven't created a 1 minute gap. But even still, we can't tell the market how to create its things. We are still trading inside of it, so until we inverse it, which is like, that's the reaction you want to be seeing inside of that 15-second. But yeah, cheeky 1 to 3. We'll just see how we go. I am going to go potentially break even there. I feel like if we even get there, we're just going to spool straight through anyway. So see how we go. Taking this on 2 50k XFAs, this will lock in 2 6k payouts, which is pretty. Let's leave it at that. So yeah, let's see how we do. Everything is in alignment for higher. Literally everything. Things that like I'm kind of looking at, it's the rejection block here, but even still, on the 15-second, we are respecting bullish PDRAs. Sorry. Still respecting. I could go break even here probably, just considering that, but even still, I don't want to do that. I could guaranteed go break even now because we have, well, not guaranteed, but let's just see. If we have an inversion of 15-second, I may just close. That's probably not good. It's not great at all. Looks like we flip sides. Looks like this could even be an accumulate, manipulate, low risk, go resweep Asia's high, which is something that I've talked about many times, these resweeps. But yeah, I mean, like, let's just see how we go. I feel like this right now is not good. Likely to get stopped. Let's see. Order filled. Tough. This is going to create our first presented fair value gap. We'll go internal sweep. feel like, oops, that's a 5 minute off of the low, still respecting bullish PDRAs. So 5 minute off of our 5 minute low. Now if I get stopped on this, I'm finna just call it a day. But let's see how we go. This will mean I will have lost a bando across 2 accounts, but I'm not. We ain't stressing. We ain't stressing. It's offered me a lower risk trade setup, trade idea. I just want to now be seeing. The only thing that's like bad is obviously the hourly SMT, which is what I'm trading against. For the divergence bottom side, still respecting the first presented on the 15 second. Feel like that was like show the real move, like here, show the real move, stop anyone out. Now continuation. So yeah, let's see how we go. I'm going for my 1.5 on the day. I just want that max payout. This is what I was looking at too, by the way, in this bottom right hand corner screen was we have a 5 minute gap created. 5 minute gap respected and created very cleanly. So yeah, and even nicer, we have a rejection block inside of it. We have London session first presented FEG, which is even going to be nicer, IFEG. I'm going to go break even considering that reaction. Thing is, yeah, we've inversed it there. We've inversed on a 15 second. We have a 15 second created. I just now believe that we should pretty much like spool, which is just speed and distance. But the day hasn't been nice for that. Day hasn't been nice at all. It's been like, look at this 5 minute price action. Just looks horrible. But I'm pretty comfortable. I'm very comfortable, to be honest. Say I want you to believe. If we gap over the volume imbalance top side, I'm going to pyramid 10 contracts. If we gap over, invalidating it. Well, not invalidating, closing it. Only once we close over it am I going to pyramid, because even still, like, this looks like accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I'm targeting 2 to 2.5, which is pretty nice. This also could be a rejection block inside of the 1 minute first presented. As soon as we get a 15 second closure over it. Oh, even still, I might just hold out. Just let it run, do its thing anyway. Not really too fast. Especially considering how today's price action has been, I think it's more favorable for me to just let this one run. We'll get stopped. We'll see. If I get stopped on this one, I'm just going to call it a day. Because it means delivery is not nice, means my bias is wrong. Just means that things I want to be seeing, we're not seeing. So I'm not going to over push it. Order filled, I got stopped for break even. Yeah, to be honest, I'm actually pretty happy with that. This looks unfavorable, especially considering how small the gap is. And yes, that is a rejection block retest. 15 second retest off a 15 second reaccumulate, manipulate, distribute. Oh, it's painful. You're the only one who said no now. You're the one who said no now. This is now called over pushing your bias and narrative, but even still, like, we're getting the things that I want to see. When I say that, like, this is what we got just then. Pretty damn clean. 15-second accumulation, manipulation. Considering the fact that I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, I'm going to go break even too. We're just going to let this one run. There should genuinely be no reason, or realistically, there shouldn't have been any reason for me to go break even there without actually hitting my break even. This one is now just the fact that I've taken 3 trades, which is what I personally don't even like to be doing. But yeah, we'll just see. We'll just see. We inverse first presented. We created a rejection block inside the 15-second first presented. We have a 5-minute SMT inside of the 5-minute gap. Let's just see if we can get any form of delivery. If we can't, like, it is what it is. I'm just expecting that this much accumulation means that we can now have some form of expansion, which is entirely my trade narrative or trade theory as to why I'm taking it, I guess, to where I am. Again, I'm also targeting a specific dollar value. But yeah, let's just see what we get given. Tickling my break even. All right, and that's me done there. 1 L, 2 break evens is what it is. That was the price action, but I just traded. Yeah. Trading against the SMT is probably why it didn't necessarily go so well. I'm actually not too fussed about that at all. I'm honestly pretty happy with that session, happy with the analysis, especially considering where we are in price. Which, let me remind you, this was the price action I just tried to trade then. Which, like, my trades for 90% of that time saw green. I very easily probably could have made whatever money I lost back, quote unquote, by just closing early or closing at like whatever draw or so on. But it doesn't matter. You don't need to do that. So SMT is going to get invalidated anyway. It's infuriating. We are going to hit this expansion, or like not hit it. We are going to expand. It just depends when. Depends when. And it looks like it'll be now, which even still I'm not happy about. More divergence. They're just like, it's just not going that cleanly. If they start moving in correlation following this high, I'm going to almost hit my eye. I'm going to go break even. Even still, potential RB. ES is about to take the high. If ES takes the high, NQ spools as well. Still haven't dropped my stop, so it's not there currently. This will be London session first presented as well, in my opinion. Like the true London session first presented. True London session first presented FEG. So yeah, let's just see. I really don't like this in terms of just like, I'll call it over trading. I've only taken 1 loss, but still just like pushing me bias and pushing it hard. once we break the stop hunt of Asia high, which like now saying that like it doesn't even make that much sense. Then we are gonna just like spool. So again, I don't know that for certain. But it's what I've seen like that. That's kind of crazy. All right, well, to be fair, after I technically was over trading, I wasn't even going to post this. But I guess considering we got this reaction and the way it's been done, then I guess I will. I might as well show you guys the whole process, show you everything. Just makes more sense. But yeah, it's been an interesting level of delivery. Wouldn't you agree? Been a very interesting session. I still expect my take profit to get hit, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm actually going to move it one tick higher. I wonder if we'll get some form of like immediate rebalance or anything, where like price comes back down, touches the level that we gapped over, and then trades higher, or if we just do it, or if we just trade higher from here. 15-second BISI. It was like, that's what I was looking for the whole time. It's just infuriating that I moved my stop from the protected low without my break even. Like my break even was here. If I just legit did the right things, I never even got stopped out. I had to go through the trouble or the pressure of that sort of stuff. That's part of the game, and the aim of the game is to take a good trade, and these ones were still all good trades with good risk management, good psychological management too, just to understand why I should, why I shouldn't, what I'm doing, so on and so on. Okay, no 5-minute SMT, no 3-minute, still just following 15-second BISI, still just following bullish order flow. If we get an inversion of a 15-second, I'll close, but until that happens, I'm bullish until proven not to be. Like we have a rejection block, so I'm going to sell some. I still think this is just a retracement to, yeah, the volume imbalance. I'm going to sell another portion, and I'm going to look to target, say, for standard deviation. Again, I have my 1,500 like target set anyway, so when I say like my target set, that just means my, like, it'll close my position once my target gets hit, because I'm just going for a payout today, going for a what's it called 6k payout across 2 of these XFAs. But even still, like, I'm bullish until that immediate rebalance happens. Am I necessarily proud of how I traded right now? 50-50. Again, there I could have just left my stop, could have just left my profit targets, and so on. But it happens, man. It happens. I just left my stop and didn't move it, I would already be out right now with my profit target hit and everything I've wanted to see fulfilled. But even still, I believe it's going to do it anyway. It's just doing it in a manner where traders are getting stiffed, if that kind of makes any sense at all. Like, it's not optimal conditions for retail, which isn't necessarily always fun. Oh well, that's part of the game. Life is not always going to be sunshine and rainbow. Did bro seriously just fucking mark it by 5? It was not the intention. It was inside a gap anyway, but it was not the intention. My intention was actually to limit sell fucking 5. All right, well, I'm about to just close this just purely based on lapse in judgment, but I still believe my whole narrative is to see this get traded to, and then we can reject or do whatever the market needs to actually do. Unintentional pyramid inside of this 15-second gap. At least it was pyramiding when the candle was in a down close. Still just not optimal though, like bad lapse of judgment. Good trades, but, or like good trade, but just bad trade execution. Yeah, oh well. I've got some things to think about after the session, and some things as in like lots of things to think about. Yeah. I don't care. I'm happy to call this one a day here. I don't know how much I made. I don't care how much I made or lost. I just want this one to be done now. Not my favorite session. Disappointed because genuinely it was like precise entry down here. Precise entry there with like my target being here. And that would have guaranteed my max payout, but I guess I'll settle for a, $5,700 payout across 2 accounts. It's disappointing. But even still, I guess it's a good way to start the week. But yeah, if I just didn't move my stop, bad psychology for me today. Bad psychology from me today. Mondays and Fridays, that's what I've noticed. Mondays and Fridays are normally my bad days. Psychology-wise. Like my trading analysis and execution is normal. When I say execution, like my entries, they're normally like precise, they're perfect, whatever. But my psychology, it's a consistent pattern in my journal where I notice that Monday, Fridays, they're just not the day for me. Oh, even still, let's be the GOAT. Let's hold all the way. Squeeze out as much as I can, because I'm sure at some point I'll still just get kicked off for hitting my $1,500 profit target. It's criminal, just bad psychology for me today. I'm not happy with it. I'm gonna post it for you guys, but I'm not happy with it. And I hope you understand that I'm not happy with it, and that me moving my stop before my break-even level has technically set me back, because it means I now either have to wait another day again, because we already are so far into where I wanted to see price trade into. As soon as we have an inversion of a 15-second gap with no 1-minute gaps in close proximity, I'm just going to close. It's pennies on the dollar anyway. And this was a stupid re-entry or whatever, like unnecessary re-entry. It's low resistance liquidity, so if we invest it, we're probably just going to spool. But like that, we've invested here. 5-minute SMT, 1-minute rejection block. We do have these volume imbalances, which we are still respecting, which is the only reason why I'm staying. You know what? Let's just let my stop loss, or like my break-even stop loss, get hit, or let it run, because it's either the difference between $50 versus like 200, or like my actual max payout. But yeah, we shall see. We shall. if we're still in bullish order flow, which like the SMT probably signifies we make a retracement, the next 30-minute candle opens, and then we distribute. I'll close it there now that we have a order block, a rejection block, and an SMT. I'm not happy with that, but it is what it is. We're going to call it there. I'll post this one out for you guys. We are respecting 2 to 2.5. I could have easily hit my max payout if I just did the right things. It was like such a precise entry, such a good stop loss. Just no conviction in it because I was scared. Bro was subject, it's gonna run, but bro was subject to fear today. That's what I want you guys to understand. The 7 deadly sins, they play a huge role. Fear, greed, lust, all these things, whatever. They play a huge role. And why was I fearful? Because I had already been stopped out one time. So I'd already been stopped out one time on a genuine stop hunt, which is an SMT. So the market did what the market should have done, and it made me psychologically less sound to execution. Even still on the re-entry here, what did I do? I went stopped to break even, got break even, and then it spooled. I had to get a worse entry again. It's just not favorable for me today. But we are going to call it there. I hope you guys have learned something, both from my pre-market analysis, because it is source as per usual, but also from my execution and what you should be doing versus what I actually did today. Would I say I was over trading? Yes. If I got stopped out before like any break even potentially even occurred, was I going to get off? Yes. Can we say that in hindsight? Yes. Can we know that for certain at the time? Yes, because my system only allows 2 losses. But that's it. We've ended green. I'm going to call it a day. That was low-key stressful. I've got a basketball game to play tonight, and I've got the gym to go to. Some videos obviously to get out for you guys, short form content wise, but regardless, I'm not really too happy with that. We made money, but I'm not happy. So yeah, hope you guys had a good session. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys learned something from this video. Hit the sub button, hit the noties button, comment down below what you guys think I did well, what you think I could have done better. Let me know. Let me know if you guys are subject to the same stuff every now and then. Like this one, subject to the same stuff is setting a bad example. I did the right things. I just moved my stop loss, and that caused further stuff. It's acting upon emotions, which is like the first time I've done this in like a month. So that's a good thing. Like 2 and a bit months ago, I had a proper crash out where I blew an account which had a limit set on it, but I went in and changed the limit, like removed the limit, and then legit like ran the account from like 8K down to 0. So that happens. Not really. Now that I have a system where I have to lock myself out for like a certain amount of my drawdown, which is like huge amounts, which is why also I'm not showing you, because I know I don't have streamer mode on, and I don't want to show you how much is in my accounts, because I like to leave a lot in my accounts to make sure that I get max payouts. I'm also thinking, considering I'm like $400 away from a max payout or whatever, just doing the math in my head, I'm contemplating to not take the payout today, teach myself patience further. Maybe take a trade tomorrow or the day after, but just ensure that it's a 6K payout, because I also want a cool video for short form. But yeah, regardless, we're going to call it there. Hope you guys have a good day. You can see I would have been stopped at break even from my stupid re-entry, which is just a retrace into a nice 15-second, but even still, nice sequence off the top for a reversal. So yeah, we are going to call it there. Peace.